lot of you guys have been asking to make a video on first touches and how I make first touches, and today that's what we're going to be dealing with. We're going to be showing how to take first touches and why my touches, I usually take them away from defenders, and how it actually opens up space for me to find good attacking opportunities and also to exploit open space that my opponent's defenders leave me. So when we find a game, I'll show you guys right away, and yes, the controller's on screen in this video. All right, so the most important thing when taking a touch, and I say this a lot, right? But the most important thing is do not hold sprint. So this button over here, R2, as you guys can see me holding it down, that is your worst enemy. Now, I do it here because here is a good spot to do it when you have the open space, right? Because he pulled his fullback out of position. But here, for example, if I pass to Jude and I'm holding sprint, or to Putellas, you see, even with first touch plus, she takes a really heavy touch, and I also took a touch towards the defender. So that's what you don't want to do. The reason why is because you're like, oh, why are all my touches so heavy, right? Because when I'm holding sprint and I'm trying to dribble, right, even just when dribbling, it creates issues, heavy touches, everything. And Putellas should be a good dribbler, so I don't hold anything, right? I'm just left sticking. I don't hold sprint. I don't hold R1. You could do R1 if you wanted to, but for the most part, the most important thing is you want to make sure that you're not clicking sprint, or else you're going to get those super exaggerated heavy touches. Now, if you did want to do and hold sprint, right, sometimes it's good to do it while turning around like that into open space. However, it's very, very, very rare. So for the most part, what I tell people to do is take a touch away from the defender, right? And Saliba got a crazy back tackle there, right? But even Jude took kind of a little bit of an awkward touch. I think I might have been holding sprint there. Either way, though, that is kind of the issue of using those big clunky players, which is why a lot of times I say, if you want to practice left stick dribbling and you want more responsive touches, it's usually better to use smaller players with more agility. Or the best thing to say is a lot of the female players. I love using female players for that reason, is because they dribble really nice and they feel very responsive. I don't know if you guys remember, but I used to love Mateo Team of the Season card because she is one of the best dribblers in the game. Anyways, let's go again over here, right? I'm not holding sprint. I can hold sprint now after if I want to sprint, but for the most part, you want to make sure not to hold sprint. Here, you can hold sprint on touch because you have a lot of open space, right? But when you start getting close again, right, I'm not holding sprint on these touches as I make a really bad pass and kind of just give him the ball again. So let's go ahead and win this over, right? We got the ball, right? I'm not holding sprint, and I always want to make sure I'm taking a touch away. Take a touch away, right? Let him drag players out of position, right? Now I can turn around, right? And the main objective is take a touch and take a touch towards my net, right? So he can pull players out of position, and it also opens up a lot of space, right? And that all comes with a good first touch, right? Take the touch away, then we have that open pass to Diallo, and that's how we find the goal, right? Take that touch away, let it move players out of position, and it opens up a lot of space. Now, it's very important that while you're doing all of this, you're taking a touch without holding sprint. And I'm going to say that a lot in this video because I cannot emphasize it enough that if you hold sprint, you are not going to take a good touch unless you're running into space like here. That is when you want to take a good long touch by holding sprint. Otherwise, do not. Because everybody's like, oh, my touches are so heavy. Your touches are heavy because of that reason. Also, it's a lot easier to take a touch in the direction the ball's coming from, right? Rather than taking an impossible touch and like turning around with it. It's going to be more heavy. You see there, Mia Hamm was a bit more heavy. Why? Because she has to stop the ball and turn around. But it's very responsive if I pass the ball and I take a touch backwards, right? And I also go away from the defender, right? And then he pulls players out of position. It opens up space, and there you go. Oh, that did not go where I wanted it to. I wanted to go to Diallo. But it opens up that space for those runs, and also to trigger runs, it opens up all the space that you need on offense. And now it's very important. Again, see, I'm taking away. There we go. We have a pass. Now Putellas. I take a sprint touch there because I have open space in the direction I'm going for. Otherwise, if I didn't have that space, again, do not hold sprint, right? Go ahead over here, right? Pass it here. I can turn around because I have the space. Take the touch away, and then that's what's opening up this space. I didn't want it to go there. Opening up this space in order to make that pass. Again, I take the touch away. Here I have time to turn around. No, I don't. We can reset. Go again. Take the touch away. And you see, he's like panicking. He's dribbling away. That's how you left stick people. You take the touch away from the net. Away from the net. That's how you left stick people. And that's also how you find a lot of extra space. And it all has to do with your first touch, but it also has to do with the dribbling and taking the touches away from the net. These are the most important touches. And then that's how you can play with people, right? That's how you can confuse people. That's how you can get some nice clips. It's really nothing complicated. All I'm doing is holding left stick and going away from the defender. Now, people might ask, don't you get back tackled? Of course I get back tackled. I'm not immune to it, right? You're not immune to it either. We saw at the beginning of the game, Saliba had a back tackle on me, right? You're not immune to it. It happens. It's just, for the most part, it doesn't always happen. So you can just take the touches away, open up those spaces, and then bang, easy goals. Right? But the most important thing is, don't say, oh, it doesn't work because I got back tackled. It does work. It just, you're not immune to it. Tackling is super overpowered this year. Back tackling exists. It's really annoying, I know, but for the most part, you can get away with it. But anyways, guys, let's go straight into the second game because this guy got a rage quit. So 61-0. All right, we found the second game. And by the way, guys, I am 61-0. I did it all on stream before anyone says, oh, you're just making up a number. I did it all on stream. You can watch the past streams if you want to on the channel. But anyways, going on. This is how I got 61-0, doing stuff like this, right? Nothing crazy complicated. Obviously, I speed it up a little bit, right? Because once you get used to it, you can start speeding up a little bit and adding a lot more pace. But the reason I go super slow is because not only does it actually work, but going super slow, it also shows you the fundamentals and how to do it, right? So over here as well, one thing that is very, very important is that I also need to take these touches without sprinting because I use pink pass a lot. And I think that is the best way to pass and move the ball because it goes very quickly. And obviously, if they have the play styles of pink plus, man, it's like a tongue twister, then they pass a lot quicker. So over here, right, we get it over to Diallo, right? I'm taking the touch away. And Mia Hamm, unfortunately, doesn't make the correct run that she normally makes. But she got into that space, and if I triggered her, she probably would have been in an even better position. So again, very important. And I can tell, right? Most people do the same thing. As soon as they get near, they try to go for that back tackle. They drag the defenders out, right? Because they think they're going to win the ball, right? Same thing as I wait here. He actually presses R2 with his other defender as well to pull it out. And if you guys haven't seen our other attacking tutorials, when you pull defenders out of position, that's how it becomes easy to score. Here I will take a sprint touch off the rip because we have all the open space in the world. I don't have to worry about having a defender in front of me, right? As we find those passes, I'm taking touches away, take a touch away with Mia Hamm, opens up to Diallo, give it to Mia Hamm, and I probably should have done one more, but it is what it is. He actually recovered pretty well there. He is using a lot of L1 though and trying to defend, but again, pulling players out of position. Mia Hamm is open now, finesse, easy goal, well in Mia Hamm. And we're just passing around, always making sure we take those touches backwards away from the defender, try to avoid the tackle as much as possible, let him move players out of position, and making sure that we're not holding sprint at any time when we're taking these touches, because that is the most common mistake as to why people have these horrible touches, especially in and around the box. Because most people, they pass the ball and they're like, let me just turn around and hold sprint, and they lose the ball. And every single time as well, it's let me take a touch into my opponent, right? Let me just turn around and sprint at the net as quickly as possible, and you're just going to lose the ball that way. You're just going to keep losing the ball. So it's just going to keep happening, right? And that's the most common mistake. It's everybody's like, oh, I got to go up the field, pass here, and just like sprint in a straight line. I didn't even speed boost there, but keep sprinting, and somehow I still have the ball here and I rigged him through, but he should have won the ball there, right? And I kind of just rigged him. So that's the most important thing here again, right? And heavy touches can still exist, but for the most part, this is how you get rid of them, right? I have heavy touches sometimes. You can't get rid of it 100%. So see, and then look at this guy, right? He's going to run into space. He's just running at me. And although it's kind of working right now, he's been running at me. And somehow he actually got through my whole team. That was horrible defending, guys. Please do not defend like that. He got through my entire team, but he shouldn't have, and he won't for the rest of the game. So he's going to have one goal for the rest of the entire game. And it all comes from the fact that he's just pushing on and he's doing a 2v1. Sometimes you'll get a goal, but I promise you, more often than not, you're not going to get a goal. And it actually hurts you more than it benefits you. So again, we're going to go here, take touch back, give it to Putellas, Bellingham. Oh, he kind of got stuck in the animation, and I got stuck on what I was going to do, but it is what it is. Go again, right? And this guy's probably going to try to attack really quickly, which is the most common mistake people make. Thank you for sprinting into me. All right, we can wait. There we go. We have a pass open here. I take a sprint touch there because I can have the open space. And I go back again, give it to Putellas, right? Not sprint touching. And Bellingham's open because we took a touch backwards. And he felt the need to pull his center back out of position. Why? Because we take the touch backwards. And most people take the touch forward. So that would actually work on defense, right? But because I'm taking the touches backwards, he doesn't know where to go, and he's just pulling his players out of position. So that's perfect for me. Again, I take the sprint touch on the wing because I have the open space. Here, I'm not holding sprint at all. I'm not holding sprint. I'm not holding sprint. We can give it to Jude, take the touch backwards, give it to Putellas, one more, extra pass, Butra, low driven, easy, right? Just taking those touches backwards, right? Finding those passes and letting my opponent move his players out of position. It's all about the touches, right? That's the most important thing, right? First touch is important, but also the next touches next to it and taking those touches backwards towards your own net is what's very important, right? Very important. There he turned around and he actually did something very, very good here. But again, there he turns with Ronaldo into my defender. He did a really good job with his center back. Why? Because he's scared of losing the ball with his center back. You should be scared of losing the ball with your forwards as well, right? Again, look how he's just dragging players out of position. And I mean, I don't know why I forced that, but I had an easy pass and through ball to exploit him with. So again, he's just gonna head over here to the corner. That's fine, right? We gotta defend that inside pass. Defend that inside pass. He's taking his time now, which is great, right? There we go. Ah, you did good, and then you started taking a touch away, and then you just again, same thing. You want to just go towards the net. Oh, what am I doing? Oh, take your time. Come on, man. There you go. Right. I'm gonna go here. I'm gonna go here. Most people just turn around and they sprint, right? And I give them the ball. Why? Because most people see, oh, a 2v1. Let me just sprint into it. No, don't do that. And if you catch yourself doing that, stop doing that. Why are we attacking? We gotta wait. You gotta wait for your whole team to move up the field. If you're just constantly counterattacking, right? Ronaldo. Let's see what Ronaldo's gonna do here. Oh, I missed the tackle. I'm actually defending like a Division 10 player. I'm sorry if you're Division 10, but I'm defending like a Division 10 player right now. I can't believe I'm letting Ronaldo score these easy goals on me. But it is what it is. Why? Because we're gonna outscore our opponents. Even when we have bad days on defense, right? Keep taking those touches, take touches away. Look how much he's panicking. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to score that, but he's panicking so much, and we're just kind of talking over it. So, and this is all from just simple stuff. He's doing a good job now of waiting. And as I say that, he actually decides to prove me wrong and give the ball away like that. Oops, I took my touch too close to him. There we go. That was a bad pass. And we're going into the second half. So we're up 3-2. Two of his goals really just came from him running in a straight line with Ronaldo. And for whatever reason, I just decided not to defend him both times. But it is what it is. We move even through our bad defense. We're going to make sure that he doesn't score any more goals. Just to, again, show that it doesn't happen very often. But even against me, right, sometimes I'll concede a goal where you can just run in a straight line. I think that's his only two chances. It is his only two chances. So he's not really creating anything. He's only created something off really major mistakes by me. And that's a good thing, right? So obviously not the mistakes part is a good thing, but the good thing is he's not creating anything. And the reason he's not creating anything is because every time he wins the ball, he's just trying to run a straight line. And while it did happen to work out twice, mostly because of my fault, it doesn't end up working a lot. And again, if somebody's actually, you know, focused and defending properly after watching our defending tutorial, I need to go back and rewatch my own tips, then you wouldn't be conceding those goals. So very, 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 very important to always take touches away. Don't just sprint into them, right? I don't know why people do that so much. It's like, oh, I have to go up the field and sprint. Stop sprinting. You can sprint here, right? And you see how heavy that touch was. But again, slow. No need to sprint. All right, you can play Putellas here. He's just running everybody out of position. There you go. There you go. He's kind of offside trapping now. Cool. All right, I'm going to take it to the corner. Go ahead, take it to the corner. All right, can't play that pass there. Dang. Bellingham is kind of heavy. I've been wanting to get rid of him for a while. He just has really fun power shots, though. But I've been wanting to get rid of him for a while now because he's too heavy. Now, go ahead. Find here. Give it to me a hand. Take touch away. There we go. Putellas makes that run. I might be offside. Unfortunately, I held on to it a little bit too long. But again, that's how you get those through balls. And I'm not even triggering runs, right? Because I'm trying to make it as basic and simple as possible. But if we want to complicate things and make players like take runs and stuff, that's when we can really add and become very dangerous with what we do, right? Go ahead, right? Trigger a run here with like Putellas, for example. Oh, there we go. Gives it to Mia Hamm. Right, I'm taking touches away. Go ahead. Take touch away, take touch away, take touch away. And then we can speed boost into that space, take touch away, find that extra pass. And wow, his AI came for the block. Right, but if you want to add extra stuff like the speed boost, you can do that as well. Right, add the speed boost into the play. Right, you can add trigger runs into the play. Now he's kind of starting to read that we go backwards a lot, so we might even be able to get him with the speed boost. That's why I say speed boost is really important, because you can get people with the speed boost. You get them with the speed boost, it's pretty much a guaranteed goal every time, right? So he thinks I'm going backwards, and he's just giving me the wing now. So that's why you can take advantage of that, right? Now he's defending the opposite, and he's still being really aggressive and playing players out of position. And I don't know why I keep giving him the ball, but let's see what he does now, right? Good wide pass. I wonder if he's going to try to dribble me with Ronaldo again. Okay, good passes, and he's trying to dribble me with Ronaldo again, right? No need to do that. There's no need for him to turn around. We want to try to go up the field, right? So we find something like this, push up the field. My team's not here, so there's no reason for me to push. I need to wait for my team to get up the field. Right? I can take my time here now and maybe find Butra, right? Turn backwards. See, I got back tackled. I'm not immune to it, right? But that's fine. We win the ball back. And we can reset now, right? Give it to Putellas. Found the triggered run to Maicon. I don't really have options here. His AI is chasing like crazy. That's fine, right? There we go. We have pass wide, and we can try to find the speed boost. I can't. Oh wow. I think he's pressing me with team press there actually, because it's very odd that all my players were marked. I don't really have that happen often, so I wonder. But that's fine. That means your players get tired. I'm going to start incorporating some more triggered runs and make things a little bit complicated, so I can show how to break down somebody who, for example, is being a lot more defensive, right? So we trigger the run. He pulled his players out of position, and right away, right? One triggered one is all it took, and we were able to break right away. Make that triggered run, take those touches backwards, and it opens up that space for the midfielders, right? Everybody wants to defend the striker because the striker's supposed to be the goal scorer. But that's why I think he needs to have good defending. Again, my opponent's forcing it, trying to get that ball to Ronaldo, trying to find an impossible pass. It's not going to happen, not as often. And now we can play over here, right? Take that touch backwards. Mia Hamm's open. We can do a little bit of a speed boost. Probably shouldn't have taken a speed boost. He defended it very well. That is what it is. That's what you get. That's the price for rushing the play sometimes. But whatever. It is what it is. Let's see what our opponent does here. If he's going to do the same thing, right? He's got it here. Nice. And he kind of forces a pass. And he fouls me with a player that already has a yellow, and he's got a red card. That's pretty much game over now. He's got a man down. And we had a 2-goal advantage. And he hasn't had a single shot since those really bad defensive plays that we had earlier, right? So this is how you dominate games. But most importantly, it's these little touches that most people don't talk about that actually open up that space for you, right? Obviously, you can play a lot quicker. I'm playing very slow because I want to make sure that people really see what I'm doing and how to kind of imitate it. But you can start playing quicker, right? If you start triggering more runs, right? Start triggering more runs over here. Now we have Putellas, right? It opens up a lot of space. I can speed it up, right? I want people to play slow because when you play slow, you build the fundamentals and you can slowly speed up. If you try to do it full speed, you make mistakes. You start developing bad habits. You need to make sure that you do it slow to begin with, right? If any of you play an instrument or if anything that you practice, really, you want to make sure that you're practicing it slow, right? And then you slowly speed up incrementally, and you want to make sure, what the heck? And you want to make sure that you're doing it properly, because if not, you're just learning how to not do it. You're learning how to do it wrong, and that's not what you want to do. So same thing, we take a sprint touch here because we have the open space that we want to take, and then from here we relax, find Putellas. I'm not holding sprint, right? Take it around, and he's starting to read that. So next time I'm just going to grab the ball, and instead of turning around, I'm just going to speed boost. And look, you see how he's just going here? He's just trying to go one-on-one every single time. And yeah, that's bad switching on my part. And I've conceded 3 goals to that. So this is what happens when I'm not warmed up. I defend like a bot and defend aggressively, which is why I tell people don't move players out of position, right? I do move players out of position because I want to play quickly and get the ball back as quickly as possible. But that is literally the biggest and best way I could show to you guys that if you move players out of position like that, you are going to constantly concede goals like that, right? If you're not 100%, you will concede goals like that. So you need to be careful. So don't be lazy on defense. When I concede goals like that, those are the type of goals I'm conceding. My opponent's not doing anything special. I'm just moving players out of position. When instead, if I just follow the tips that I had in my defending tutorial, I wouldn't have conceded those goals, right? You need to be very careful when doing that. Again, we take the touch away. We send the through ball. We have it to Jude. And let's score a nice goal. Bang. Oh, come on. Jude normally scores those. That's why I have him, but oh well. And that will be GG now. We'll see if we can score from here. Oh, it switched off him. No, we couldn't do it. Come on, Jude. You had your time to shine. But anyways, guys, if you have any questions about touches or anything like that, any other tutorial you guys want to see, comment down below. We'll try to make a video on that. I'll respond to all your comments as well. And let me know what kind of touches and stuff that you guys want to see, because I know there's other touches that you guys can do. And same thing, by the way, I just wanted to add one quick thing for the end of the video. So if you stuck this far, you get a little bit of an extra tip. If you take a touch without sprinting, you can speed boost straight into it. Even if you can't L1 speed boost, just tapping the sprint button will make your player go faster. But you can do a more controlled and instant speed boost off of a touch that is not sprint and more controlled. So I just wanted to let you guys know that. But anyways, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know how it works out for you guys. Let me know if you guys are climbing up divisions. I love to see your guys' progress. So comment that down below, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.